congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Coming back for a second part is probably daunting enough, but then trying to do a quote-unquote trilogy, which a lot of people say maybe not to ever touch to do a trilogy. It's a tough thing.
Yeah.
Did it take a while to get your head around doing the third and to crack that nut? Because it is sometimes a tough thing to do.
I think when we started making the second one, you can never be presumptuous and assume there's going to be another one. But there are definitely things we set up in the second one that we felt like, wow, if we got a chance to do a third one, these are definitely the things we want to do. You know, like we teased the quantum realm for 2 movies. Wouldn't it be great to bring the audience down and show them this is actually what the quantum realm is? And certainly with Janet's character, you know, this looming question of what happened to her down there, what was her life like? But really, I love the idea if we got to do a third movie, let's put Ant-Man and Wasp up against the most formidable villain they've ever faced. And make it kind of a lopsided thing. You know, if you're a betting person, you're going to bet on Kang. And that was a real creative challenge about how are they possibly going to come out of this unscathed. For me, it was a chance also to like switch it up. The first 2 took place in San Francisco, but now we were going to be able to create the entire quantum realm. And that was something that really, really appealed to me and felt like a logical progression to these movies.
Yeah, and obviously you're dealing with a lot of different technology. I know you spoke before about the way the Star Wars Mandalorian has created the amazing backgrounds that you can use now. Has that been, I can imagine that's very helpful for the actors now as well, given that they've done CGI stuff and now they get to at least experience a little bit of what it might look like.
The actors love it. I mean, you know, the quantum it's really great for certain situations, doesn't work so well for other situations because, you know, some of these sets are massive and just too big to be contained in the volume. But the actors love it. I would make fun of them. It's like, yeah, this is great. We can actually see this spaceship and we can see this creature and, you know, we don't have to imagine so much. I was like, oh, okay. So by that logic, if in a movie you have to kill a person, you need to actually kill the person. You can't just imagine killing the person. Like, you're an actor, you're paid to imagine these things. So I would give them crap about that all the time. But it really does. You feel like you're there, and in terms of the photography, the interactive light from those LED panels is great. It does create this organic feel to it.
Yeah, and you've got Jonathan in this, which still to a lot of people, he was an actor who did Last Man in San Francisco, and now he's come up to do 3-4 films all at once, and now he's playing Kang. For your part as a director, what did you see in him that made you think, oh, I think this is I think this is the right guy?
When we decided to bring Kang into the movie, there were a handful of actors who were talked about. You know, when I was talking to Kevin Feige about it, and I just said, Jonathan Majors is the guy. I've been a fan of his since Hostiles, and I've seen everything he's ever done. And he's a chameleon. He can do anything. He obviously had the physicality that Kang the Conqueror needed, right, to be imposing. And in the context of this movie, we needed a very specific energy to put up against Paul Rudd's Scott Lang. Paul and I talked early on about, like, let's beat up Scott Lang in this movie. Let's put him through some serious shit in this movie. And it's still the same Scott Lang and still the same tone, but as the movie progresses, things get really dire. And Jonathan just was a whole different energy that we wanted, and we needed in this. We really, really wanted it. And Jonathan and I had many conversations and talked about sort of what the MCU's version of Kang the Conqueror was going to be. And I think he knocked that out of the park. He's such an intimidating, scary character, but also kind of a broken man. There's a sadness about him, about his relationship with time and the inevitability of who he has to be in his mind and why.
Yeah, just talking to Michael, you've now got, if you were to do another one down the road, whenever that might be, that you've got the task now of trying to give him apparently his Han Solo death scene, which is probably the biggest challenge ever. But I mean, I guess you don't look that far ahead. I guess you could, sometimes with these films, you've only finished it 2 days ago sometimes. So I guess at the moment you just...
Well, all these conversations happen along the way. I mean, there's conversations in every movie about, is there going to be collateral damage? Is someone going to be killed off? We certainly had these conversations in Quantumania as we're dealing with all of our characters. You know, Scott and Hope and Hank and Janet and now Cassie. Is one of them going to meet an untimely end? We have these discussions all the time. And actually, I think in one of the early drafts of the original Ant-Man, Hank died. So it's constantly this thing. You know, again, I have loved working with Michael Douglas on all 3 of these movies. It's been one of the great joys of my working life to work with him. He's fantastic. So who knows? I mean, there's currently no plan, but it all comes down to what the story tells you it wants or doesn't want.
Yeah. I wish you all the best with this. Hope it goes amazing for you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey, you